Hi, Taehyung lovers. Welcome back to the Taehyung Lovers channel for ARMY around the world. ARMY, don't skip. Arlington is exploding. 160,000 tickets? Kim Taehyung is once again at the center of attention and is being called by many ARMY King of the Stage 2026. But what is actually happening at AT&T Stadium? Why are ARMY willing to stand in long lines for merchandise and so excited to see and hear Taehyung's voice live? In this video, we'll discuss the Arlington phenomenon, the 160,000 ticket claim, ARMY excitement, Kim Taehyung charisma on stage, his chemistry with BTS, and the reactions to his performance on Tiny Desk. Will Arlington become Taehyung's next viral moment? Watch until the end for the answer. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell, and help make it viral so the world can continue to see Kim Taehyung's work and positive side. Imagine tens of thousands of people beginning to gather in Arlington, merchandise lines getting longer and longer, fan cameras recording every corner of the city, and in the middle of all that madness, one name continues to be the topic of conversation: Kim Taehyung. The question now has ARMY even more curious. Is Arlington preparing to witness one of BTS's biggest moments of 2026? And when Kim Taehyung finally steps onto the AT&T Stadium stage, will the world once again see the reason why so many fans call him the king of the stage of 2026? August 2026 has become a highly anticipated period for ARMY in Arlington, Texas, United States. The excitement surrounding BTS's arrival is becoming increasingly noticeable, and for many fans, there is one moment they are waiting for the most: seeing Kim Taehyung perform live, not only because his visuals always attract attention, but because they want to hear the color of his vocals directly and witness for themselves how Taehyung builds energy in front of tens of thousands of spectators. In various fan conversations and circulating videos, his name continues to appear as one of the most anticipated figures on stage. Many ARMY are extremely excited to have the opportunity to see Kim Taehyung live at AT&T Stadium, the giant stadium in Texas known as the home of the Dallas Cowboys. For fans, seeing Taehyung through a screen is certainly different from watching him live. Inside the stadium, they don't just want to see his expressions up close, but want to feel the energy of a performer capable of triggering a crowd reaction with just one look, one smile, one hand movement, or one note from his distinctive voice. Perhaps that is why the conversation surrounding Kim Taehyung as one of the most captivating performers of 2026 continues to grow. The title King of the Stage is indeed a fan expression, not an official title. However, for ARMY, the nickname describes Taehyung's powerful appeal when he is on stage. Fans praise the way he interacts with the audience, reads the energy of the concert, delivers strong expressions, and creates small moments that quickly become topics of conversation on social media. Kim Taehyung does not always need big movements to attract attention. In fact, small details are often his strength. One look at the camera can make fans go wild. One smile can turn into a viral clip. When he moves from one side of the stage to the other, fan cameras follow every step. When he interacts with ARMY, the atmosphere can transform into an explosion of screams. And when the music begins, the distinctive color of his voice gives BTS's performance its own identity. Fans also pay attention to how Kim Taehyung maintains rhythm and coordination when performing alongside Jungkook, RM, Jin, Suga, Jimin, and jhope. The way he moves into position, follows stage transitions, and builds chemistry with the other members becomes part of the performance that fans observe in detail. In a stadium-scale concert, every second requires coordination. But for ARMY, when all of that is combined with Kim Taehyung's signature charisma, a simple moment can turn into something unforgettable. Meanwhile, Arlington is becoming the center of attention because of the enormous scale of the concert. AT&T Stadium has a standard seating capacity of around 80,000 spectators, while configurations for major events can change depending on the stage layout and use of the floor area. Therefore, the capacity of a concert can vary depending on the setup used by the organizers. Amid this excitement, the figure of 160,000 tickets has become a major topic of discussion among fans. If that figure refers to the total sales of multiple shows, the scale would certainly be extraordinary. However, official ticket numbers still need to be distinguished from figures circulating on social media and confirmed through the promoter, venue, or official BTS sources. In the digital era, a number can spread rapidly and turn into viral news before the official data is announced. Regardless of the debate over the numbers, the enormous enthusiasm among ARMY is already visible. Fans are beginning to gather, videos of long merchandise lines are circulating, and BTS products, especially those connected to certain members such as Kim Taehyung, are becoming highly sought after. For some ARMY, merchandise is not simply an item. It is part of the concert experience and a memory they will take home after the big night ends. Then comes an even more interesting question. How far are ARMY willing to go to see Kim Taehyung live? For some people, the answer is a long journey from another city, even another country. For others, the answer is spending hours standing in line. Some come to see BTS in full, some want to experience a stadium concert for the first time, and others are waiting for just one thing: to hear Kim Taehyung voice live. This performance is part of the BTS World Tour ARIRANG, which is described as having an enormous global scale. The circulating narrative says that the North American and European legs have sold more than 2.4 million tickets, not including the series of shows in Korea and Japan, including Tokyo. However, just like the Arlington ticket figures, the official total sales and attendance numbers should still refer to data confirmed by official parties and trusted industry sources. If that scale is truly confirmed, this is no longer simply a music concert. It is a global movement. ARMY are coming from different countries, backgrounds, and generations with the same goal: to witness BTS standing together again on a massive stage. Light sticks will light up, the voices of thousands of fans will fill the stadium, and when the lights finally go dark, everyone's attention will turn toward one place, the stage, where BTS once again becomes the center of the world's attention. For Kim Taehyung fans, Arlington brings its own expectations. After various moments that have kept his name in the spotlight throughout 2026, many are waiting to see whether his next performance will once again create a viral moment. No one knows when a small incident will explode across the internet. It could be a spontaneous interaction with ARMY, a funny expression with a BTS member, one look at the camera, or an unexpected moment that spreads around the world within seconds. Attention toward public reactions to Kim Taehyung performance on Tiny Desk has also become part of the fan conversation. The more intimate format creates a different atmosphere compared with a stadium concert. If a stadium tests a performer's ability to reach tens of thousands of people, a simpler stage places the focus on music, voice, interpretation, and artistic presence. For many fans, the two settings reveal different sides of Taehyung: a performer capable of standing before a sea of people, but also a musician who can capture attention without the grandeur of a massive production. However, this is precisely where the debate is heating up. Is Kim Taehyung truly worthy of being called one of the most dominant performers of 2026? Or is it ARMY power that turns every one of his moments into a phenomenon? That question can spark debate. Some believe an artist's popularity comes from their ability to build an emotional connection with the public. Others argue that popularity and artistic ability should be evaluated separately. But whatever the answer, one thing is difficult to deny: Kim Taehyung continues to create reactions. And perhaps that is the greatest power of a star. Not only when everyone agrees to praise him, but when his presence makes people want to talk. Some praise him, compare him, and even question him. But in the end, attention remains focused in the same direction. Arlington is now preparing to become one of the biggest centers of attention for ARMY. AT&T Stadium will be filled with fan energy. BTS merchandise will be sought after. Cameras will continue recording, and social media will likely once again be flooded with videos from every concert moment. When BTS finally appears on stage, all the speculation will turn into reality. And when Kim Taehyung finally stands beneath the spotlight of the stadium, one question will return once again. Will this be the moment that proves why so many ARMY call him the king of the stage of 2026? The answer may not come from numbers, statistics, or debates on social media. The answer may come from the screams of tens of thousands of ARMY when Taehyung appears on stage, from the cameras that continue pointing toward him, and from videos that spread just seconds after the moment happens. Because one thing always feels clear. When Kim Taehyung is on stage, ARMY don't just watch, they react. ARMY, do you think Kim Taehyung deserves to be called the King of the Stage 2026? Will Arlington create the next viral moment? Write your opinion in the comments section. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell if you enjoy this content. If you don't like it, feel free to skip, because Taehyung lovers never forces anyone. Keep following updates about Kim Taehyung and BTS only on Taehyung Lovers. Thank you and see you again, because when Kim Taehyung stands on stage, ARMY don't just watch, they react.